Hello and welcome to the final installment of our Grand Circle Tour of California and Nevada. We are currently driving down Highway 1 from San Francisco on our way to the Monterey Peninsula. In this video, we walk the beach in Carmel, have some lunch in Pacific Grove, California, look at the views of Monterey Bay, and stay in Carmel by the River RV Park. This is the southbound Tom Lantos Tunnel. This and the northbound tunnel were built between 2007 and 2011 to avoid a portion of the roadway known as Devil's Slide. When I was younger and drove this route, you never knew if the road would be open or not depending on if a storm had washed away part of Highway 1. Now these two tunnels, the second and third longest in California, make the way safe every time. In case you're wondering, the southbound side we are in is the bronze winner in California at 4,008 feet. The longest tunnel in California is the Wawona Tunnel on Highway 41 in Yosemite National Park at 4,233 feet. The Love Shack Jr. hasn't been to Yosemite yet, but we're going to have to go. The drive down Highway 1 was very busy for us on this day, but it was a Saturday and people were out, enjoying the beach and what seemed like the end of COVID in California. Before too long, however, we were on the narrow road you see here to the Carmel by the River RV Park, ready to check in and set up camp. Where else would it be? Oh, that's nonsense. Here we are, all set up, ready for dinner and then a well-earned sleep. We know tomorrow we will be exploring the beach at Carmel by the Sea. All right, here is Carmel. Here we go, dipping the toe in the water. It's kind of green. Ugh. There you go. Toe in the water. There's Pebble Beach over there. Van parked way up there. And there's JoJo. Oh, that's cold water. Pacific. We enjoyed a beautiful morning together, just walking on the sand, and also checking out what the surfers were doing. Can't quite catch a wave out there. Nothing strong enough yet. Maybe this one, let's see. Can they do it? Not even gonna try. This isn't too bad. Of course, Monterey Bay is known for its kelp forest. And here's one of those big pieces of kelp washed up under the sea, or under the beach. The holdfast lets go and then it gets thrown up. But you can see how long this thing is. This must be, I don't know, 40, 50 feet long. And all that was underwater, going up towards the sunlight to get its sun, and that's how they create the kelp forest out there. Of course, Carmel and Pebble Beach are also known for the Concours d'Elegance car show. And here's a neat old surf wagon. And this is another trend in van life. This is a Japanese domestic market van. These can be imported to the US once they are 25 years old. Neat, but I'd have to get used to the right-hand drive. What you don't see parked around Carmel Beach are a bunch of huge RVs. Our brand new Japanese van has no trouble complying with the rules on this sign. Of course, we didn't come to Carmel to look at cars or road signs. Just take a look at this view. One last long look at Carmel Beach, and then it's off to Pacific Grove for some lunch. This is Pacific Grove, which is a little more mellow than Carmel. If you ever come down here, I suggest coming to Pacific Grove. One of the reasons I decided to start making these travel vlogs is because I came across this British couple, Ken and Carol, and their NV200, the Little Red Camper. If you like these kind of videos and want to see some beautiful countryside, I highly recommend their channel called Life is Too Short. I'm about to eat some lunch here in their honor. All right. kidding, Carol. There's the Union Jack. This one's for you. Oh, with Guinness. After lunch, we found this great parking spot and decided to explore Monterey Bay just a little bit. Fog's burned off. Gorgeous. Lover's Point over there, Pacific Grove. Here we are walking towards Lover's Point in Pacific Grove. I have a high school friend who, when we were younger, used to work at his family's hotel, Borg's Motel, on the swing shift. I was waiting tables at the time, and I would often drive down Highway 1 over Devil's Slide to spend my days off with John here on the beach. You'll see the hotel here in a second, but first, I get a little distracted. All the people out there kayaking. I want to get a kayak. Lover's Point still. Getting that way. So here's Lover's Point. Everybody's having a good time. Pacific Grove, California today. COVID seems to be over. There is Borg's Motel, where I spent many a weekend. Borg's Motel belongs to the family of my friend John, longtime friend. And look, it's right across from the ocean. Beautiful. We got back in the van to tour around a bit more, but remember what I said about all the people out to enjoy the beach. Just gonna walk out in the middle of the street, are we? Whatever. Here we are headed right at Lover's Point, and as we come around the bend here, see beautiful fog off in the distance, and on the left, right after this building, right there is Borg's Motel. We're going to go past Borg's because we have our camp spot back at the Carmel by the River RV Park. Alright, we are staying at Carmel by the River RV Resort, and this is the river. It's been very dry in California, so the river's all but drying up. But there are still frogs at night, you can hear them. There's the resort. We'll walk through. There's our spot. And here are all the rigs. Each little spot has got a name. We're staying in Ash. It's got a little frog on it. The same thing over here. We did see there one time at Lover's Point too, across the way. Anyway, very comfortable, very quiet. Here's a little time lapse of us setting up our camp for the night. As you can see, I'm extremely useful in this process. This was the last night of our trip, and as you can see, some people brought their tents, while other people decided to bring their teepees. We were just happy that our cone matched our tiki. The next morning we got back in the van and headed down to San Luis Obispo for lunch before the final leg of our journey back home to Los Angeles. We ate at delicious Giuseppe's Cucina Rusticana. At the end of the trip, we have to say, oh, it's sad. Yeah, we're ending at Giuseppe's, though, Cucina Rusticana in San Luis Obispo, which is fantastic. Wonderful Italian food. So we'll see you all next time. After lunch, there was nothing left to do but get back in the van and head on down to complete the circle. What a great trip. If you enjoyed these videos, keep your eyes on this channel as Tiki Envy heads to San Diego for Tiki Oasis. Ulu Maka.